Every party needs a support, and by picking the life domain you embrace your role as a support. You specialize in healing, but unlike your stereotypical healer, the first thing you get is proficiency with heavy armor, leading to the idea that you belong on the front line. Clerics also gain unique domain spells depending on their domain. These spells do not count against their spells known and are always prepared. You gain the following spells at the following levels. You gain the spell Bless. You bless up to 3 creatures. They add 1d4 to their attack rolls and saving throws. Next you gain Cure Wounds, the signature healing spell. You touch a creature and heal it 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. You'll gain Lesser Restoration. You cleanse one ally of a status effect. The effect can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Next you'll gain Spiritual Weapon. Now this is the part where you realize that the cleric does a little bit more than healing. You create a floating spectral weapon, and as a bonus action, you can make a melee attack equal to 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier, and as a bonus action, you can move it 20 feet. You gain Beacon of Hope. You summon a beacon that revitalizes allies. Any ally within range of the beacon will have advantage on wisdom and death saving throws. In addition, allies also receive the maximum number of hit points from any type of healing. Next you gain Revivify. You touch a creature that has died in the last minute. That creature returns to life with 1 hit point, but if they died of old age, they're out of luck. You gain the spell Death Ward. You bestow a seal onto an ally. The first time the target would drop to 0 hit points from taking damage, they will instead drop to 1 hit point and the spell ends. Next you gain Guardian of Faith. Now this spell's a little weird, but I'll try my best to explain it. You summon a spectral being carrying a sword and shield with the symbol of your deity on it. Any hostile creature within 10 feet of the Guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save and half on a successful save. The Guardian will vanish after it has dealt a maximum of 60 damage. You gain Mass Cure Wounds. You unleash a wave of healing enemies. Choose up to 6 creatures in a 60-foot sphere. Each target regains hit points equal to 3d8 plus your wisdom modifier, and one of, if not, the best healing spell in the entire game. And finally Raise Dead, which is basically Revivify but with a 10-day extension. It's alright. And that's all your spells. They mostly focus on keeping the party alive, but then there's Spiritual Weapon, but what you gonna do? Now onto your actual class features. Starting at first level, you become a Disciple of Life, bolstering your healing spells. When you cast a healing spell, you now heal an additional 2 plus the spell's level of hit points. Let's take Cure Wounds for example, which heals 1d8 plus your wisdom modifier. Assuming your modifier is plus 3, you heal an average of 7 hit points using a first level spell slot. But with the Disciple of Life ability, your average goes up to 10, meaning that you can heal most, if not all, first level classes with 1 heal. Starting at second level, you gain a second Channel Divinity, which for the life domain, you gain the feature Preserve Life. You gain a pool of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level, and as an action, you can divide them among anybody within 30 feet of the cleric. The only limitation being that you can't heal anyone past half hit points, so it's best to only use it in case of emergencies. Upon reaching 6th level, you'll now become a Blessed Healer. Whenever you heal an ally, you yourself will get Splash Healing equal to 2 plus the spell's level. It's not enough to keep your hit points topped up, but it does help you stay in the fight a little longer. And plus it's a reward for healing others. Upon reaching 8th level, your weapons are now imbued with Radiant Energy. Your melee attacks now do an extra d8 Radiant Energy and 2d8 at level 14. It's just to make sure you don't fall off in the offense category. Although Radiant damage only gives you a slight edge over some fiends and undead. Finally you gain Supreme Healing at 17th level. You no longer need to roll when you're healing. Instead you always use the maximum amount of hit points, practically doubling your healing power. With this feature, you effectively become one of the best support classes in all of 5th edition. With the life domain, your focus is in healing. A majority of your abilities are passive buffs to your healing. You heal for a lot, and you get rewarded for doing so, but remember, although you specialize in healing, that's not your only role. Remember, you're a cleric, one of the most versatile classes in all of 5th edition. But with that, happy healing. And also Spiritual Weapon.